right. Hello. Welcome. One more time. Hello. Thank you. Fuck, man. It's really hard introing these things when you just don't know what you're going to say. But, hello. Welcome to episode, I think it's 7 at this point, of Working Title Podcast. My name is Seamus McMahon. Today I am joined yet again, and probably always, by Joshua Powers.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So today, after getting over that travesty of an intro, we are going to talk about kind of an old movie at this point. I think it's 2 years old, but it has to do with some spooky shit.
It's very spooky.
Yeah, one of those horror movies that's a little bit too scary for normal people, I guess, from what the news said a long time ago.
The news said that?
Yeah, it was supposedly scientifically proven that it was the scariest movie ever made.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I can show you the article later, but it was...
Oh
yeah,
my
they
goodness.
like had heart sensors on people and all this other stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's true. I think it was really good marketing on their
I
part.
think it was fake news?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, man.
But we are going to be talking about Hereditary. I believe it's a 2017 movie directed by Ari Aster and written by Ari Aster as well.
That's always good.
Yeah, it's...
Like the dude who wrote Breaking Bad and directed it.
Oh,
I feel like it's always a good combo. You know, you have somebody that really cares about it because they spend all the time writing it. They're like, going to make sure it ends up a good final product.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that's usually what happens is somebody writes something and then it goes to a different director.
God, that's got to be a tough thing. Like working in Hollywood, especially as a writer, you pour over this script.
Yeah.
Like you're fucking Beethoven sweating over the keyboard for years.
And then somebody just swoops in and steals it.
In. Especially like at the upper echelon, you know, they just get like some big time director to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe with a French accent. They're like, ugh, we'll change your lines.
Well, at this point, it's like Quentin Tarantino going, fuck that, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
You know, but
exactly.
At the same time, I think it's really good that they kept Ari Aster as the writer and the director.
It's definitely a great piece of cinema.
Yeah.
And let me also formally apologize to you for taking so long to watch it.
No, it's okay. I know. I understand because I owned the movie for a year before watching it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I bought it and I was like, I'm going to watch it at some point. I'm going to watch it tonight.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I don't want to watch it at nighttime because it's supposedly really scary. And then it came like, I'll watch it next week during the day. And then it was like, I just forgot about it for like a year.
It was sitting there. It was taunting me because I had it right by my TV. And every time I would look at it, I was just like, I got to watch it. Oh, But it was perfect because my girlfriend is she really loves horror movies.
Oh, perfect.
So it was like, and I didn't even put two and two together until she was here. I'm like, oh shit. Let's watch this together. It'll be like perfect. It's a win-win. And we really enjoyed it. She really enjoyed it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So Hereditary is a movie about base level. It's about a family that there's some demonic shit going on in the background. And then it kind of rises when the mom of the family, her mother dies. And then like everything just kind of kicks off. And you don't really get a good sense of like the time that passes because like her mom dies and then there seems to be a period of time that passes and then there's another period and another thing that happens and it just kind of like what's going on here. But it's a very good movie with an underlying message about like familial anxieties and like mental illness too, which is really cool. Yeah I think there's not too many people doing that correctly, and I feel like a horror movie is definitely a good way to show that kind of stuff.
Definitely. It's perfect. That's like the perfect medium.
Yeah, because it's like
showcase that.
Yeah, people see it. People see social anxieties and mental illnesses as monsters anyway. Yeah. So it seems like perfect fit to have this like demonic presence.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I have to say, I haven't in the last couple of years, like the last 5 or 10 years actually, haven't been into horror movies really at all. Right. But when I was younger, I really was like a fucking connoisseur. My dad used to take me to the video store and we'd get all the classics: Hellraiser, Child's Play, Freddy, what's that? Nightmare on Elm Street, all the classics. And I was obsessed with them. I loved them. And then in my adult life, for some reason, I just let them go. And the thing I liked about Hereditary is that it kind of reminded me of those older horror movies, which I love and cherish now to this day. I haven't seen any horror movies that have come out to like, besides that one recently, that have enthralled me in the same way. Like I was actually, I was on the ride as I was watching it. I wasn't you know what I mean? Sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, you kind of zone in and out. But for this one, I was like drinking the Kool-Aid. I was on the ride.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's good.
That's really good.
To do that, especially in this modern time of cinema, which it's hard to accomplish that, it seems. You know?
Oh, yeah.
We just saw that stripper movie the other day, and, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. My history with horror movies is very short because I hated horror stuff when I was a kid. Yeah, couldn't stand it.
Is it your favorite genre now?
No, I have an interest in it because I like the way that you can do a lot of different things with telling a story with it. And especially like recently, there's been some very good. They're called like psychological thrillers. They're not exactly horror movies, but they are in the sense that they have a monster that's
like
chasing
The Ring.
you.
You mean?
A little bit. I'm talking like, have you ever seen It Follows?
I haven't seen it.
No. So it's a movie where the monster is basically an STD.
Oh, nice.
Where the way that...
The fucking chlamydia monster, bro.
Pretty much.
You could take those antibiotics, but it's coming back.
Exactly. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, where you are infected with the monster by somebody who has already been infected with the monster, and when they have sex with you. And so you're being chased by this monster, and the next person you have sex with, it doesn't matter who it is, they're being chased.
Do they make the parallel to the STD in the movie? Or is it kind of just...
Yes, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, because it starts with characters, and they're having fun, and then two characters go off and have sex, and the main character, they're following her.
Yeah.
She's like tied up, and the dude who just gave her the demon is like explaining to her, this is what happens. And now you have to run away, but he has her tied to a wheelchair for some reason. No. Yeah. It's very strange, but throughout the movie, they're like, we have to figure out what's going on here. Then she ends up having sex with some dude, and like it gets the dude, and then it immediately comes back for her. So it's like, you create this line, but then it's going to come back.
Is it a good movie, or is it like a B movie, or what?
It's really, really good.
And that's a question I had for you that I was kind of debating with my gal, was, is this a B movie or an A movie?
Hereditary?
Yeah.
I'd say it's an A movie.
Yeah.
You know, I would classify a B movie as being something really campy.
I think that, and I was saying this earlier, I think it's kind of like, if they maybe had 5 or 10 million more to work with, some of the little details could have maybe been a little better, but that's like, I was really splitting hairs on that analysis.
Yeah, I think the budget was 22 million that they had. So in terms
good.
of Hollywood movies, it's a very small budget.
Yeah.
Is
impressive. That is impressive.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had 50, they could have really gone ham with the CGI.
Oh man, that would have been so good.
It's really, it almost doesn't even need it.
Yeah.
I was just being a fucking cunt. It's not a B movie. It's a good movie. You should see it.
Yeah, it's a very, very good movie. It's old, kind of, at this point, but I think that its relevancy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old it is.
Yeah,
you can just watch it. It's still a good movie. Yeah,
I think
it definitely is a classic.
For sure.
Yeah.
Have you seen that kind of brings me to a question. Have you seen like Child's Play and some of the more classic horror movies?
No,
like
I've
seen Pet
Sematary,
those type of flicks.
I've seen parts. So like, I know what happens in Freddy Krueger. I've seen almost all the first movie, almost all the second movie, almost all the third movie in like different sections. And then like Friday the 13th, I've seen a couple different ones.
You seen like the newer ones?
Like the Freddy Krueger movies, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, they've hatched a bunch of remakes in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
You saw the original ones from the 80s.
Yeah.
90s?
Yeah. Those I would classify as B movies.
Yeah.
Because they're very, very campy.
For sure.
Yeah. Because at that point, I bet their budgets were like, you get $1 million.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they definitely were low budget looking back.
Yeah.
The thing I used to love being a kid and watching them is that, there was always, you could always count on like a little bit of nudity.
Right. Yeah, because there was no rating service.
I always look forward to that, just a little bit. Because I mean, when you're like 9 or 10, and you didn't really have access to it any other place. So
yeah, it's just like, oh, there's a titty.
Like, oh shit! You're hanging out with your friends, like, let's rewind it real fast.
Hang on, there's a little bit of bush. Let's see.
And back then it was full bush.
Yeah, Yeah, it was.
It really was full.
Now they just put on merkins or whatever they're called.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. But I think Hereditary is really, really good.
It was also good to read afterwards.
Yeah.
Online, somebody had a brilliant way of breaking it down that it actually made me enjoy the movie a lot more. Reading this analysis, it tied together the untied shoelaces in my mind.
Oh, okay.
Regarding certain bullet points in the plot that, as you're watching it the first time through, you're kind of like trying to absorb everything that's happening. Sometimes you don't like internalize the intellectual aspects of the film. So it's good. I get, later on to just read up a little bit.
Yeah.
On it. So yeah, did you do that as well?
I didn't. Usually what I do with these kinds of movies where they're psychological in a sense, or they present you with information in the beginning of the movie that it pays off, but you want to see the connection. Like there's in the beginning of the movie, there's a guy. They're at the funeral for the grandmother.
Yeah.
And the little girl is like eating cake or something, and she like looks up and there's a rack focus to some dude standing in the corner, and he's just like creepily smiling at her. He shows up at the end of the movie and he's like naked and appears out of a dark room at the main dude. I can't remember his name.
The main kid?
Yeah, the main kid who ends up being the
leader.
Yeah, the demon dude.
Yeah.
But like you never see him throughout the entire movie until the end, and he's just like walking in naked. It's so weird.
I didn't even pick up on that until you just told me right now.
Yeah, and then all the other characters that are in the treehouse that are like kneeling all naked, they're all different characters from like the school, and I think one of them is one of the parents from the party, or one of the kids from the party that they go to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like really interesting to look at those characters. Because I want to watch it again. I've only watched it once. And if I watch it again, I'm definitely going to be like watching out for the different things that show up in the background and in the foreground.
It's one of those movies to watch twice.
Oh, definitely.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's rare now.
Yeah.
In recent movies to be like,
definitely in recent movies. Yeah. It's very rare that you'll get one that you need to watch twice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I liked the character. What was it? It was the mom's friend, the older woman.
Yeah. What was her name? Joanne?
I thought that was really interesting how they did that, where she kind of just gets introduced to the daughter.
Right. Just randomly. She's like, hey, I know you. I know your mother. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that doesn't even really make sense until the end.
Yes.
Just little shit like that was nice.
Yeah, it's really strange. I think there's a lot in that first scene where Toni Collette, the main actress in the movie, goes to her house or to her apartment. There's a lot in that room that immediately tells you what's going on, that you don't connect at the beginning, but I'm sure going back you'll see it and be like, oh, that's weird. Like a photo might be in the background of the two of them together.
True.
Yeah.
And how about that little girl? How well they cast?
Oh, she's fantastic.
She's great.
So
she was
good.
a little click.
Yeah.
A little click with her mouth.
She's so fantastic.
And that's a gnarly scene where she gets her head cut off. That's really. I was not expecting that at all. She's just wheezing from the fucking peanut allergy. And she's like out the window, just.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts.
I was expecting in the movie, that was kind of like a weird spot.
Mm.
Her head falls off, and the kid is really, he's kind of high, gets high at the party,
right?
And I'm thinking in my head, oh man, there's going to be big consequences for this kid, with the cops or his parents, and then just kind of like they kind of just didn't go in that direction.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's part of the movie.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's just. What do you do at that point?
Fucking rad, dude.
Yeah, and I think, man, that the movie starts off pretty slow, and then it kind of ramps up after that, because after Charlie dies, that's the character's name, the little girl's name. It's like, whoa, everything starts to hit where the mom gets into summoning demons, and then just everything. And I think the last 10 minutes. Right? 10, 15 minutes is just a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it just locks you into your seat. Like, fuck, what is going on?
That final scene where they're in the house and it's like the mom's like crawling on the wall.
Yeah.
It's wicked.
And
then
cool.
There's this one shot where they pan down from the wall and then out shoots.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot who kind of shoots out of the corner. And I remember just
yeah.
And that's nice. I always love that.
So
I always
cool.
love to be surprised.
Yeah.
That shows to me like a very masterful filmmaking right there.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah. A lot of the different like cinematography angles that they had were like fantastic and really fit
absolutely.
the moment of the different scenes. It was just, it's such a good movie.
And also kind of like the doll, what she was making the model of the house for the art gallery.
Yeah.
That was kind of interesting in that first shot, how they were, shooting those houses or the houses that she was making. And then
right, the dioramas. And it kind of zooms in and the dad walks in.
That was a cool shot.
Yeah, I think
I like it.
There's so much to it.
You should see it if you're listening.
You really need to watch
it.
If you haven't seen it yet because you think it's too scary, it really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
or if you're a jaded fuck.
I mean, it's kind of scary. For me, being kind of the pussy that I am when it comes to horror movies, and having never watched them and then just wanting to jump into this one, it really isn't that bad.
Yeah.
I think it's scary just towards the end when there's a lot of like, it's very clear that the studio was like, all right, come on guys, we need to get the movie out.
Chaos.
Yeah, just get it done because they filmed a different ending and it wasn't testing well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's always a bizarre thing to me that I hear that we got to test it.
Yeah.
Get in front of a test audience.
Yeah, it's always seemed so strange to me to do that. But at the
I
same time,
why.
when you put so much money into something, you want to make some money
true.
back. You want to make sure it's good.
Yeah.
But they did change the ending from the original ending, and I want to know what that was.
Oh, man.
Because if it tied together a lot of the things that were shown earlier in the movie, I think it would have worked out a lot better instead of just being like,
Did it do
he's
well
possessed.
at the box office? Was it even like a national release?
Yeah, it got a national release. I think it did pretty good. It
really?
Did. Yeah, it did. I think it made like 30 or 40 million.
Nice. I'm glad they turned a profit on it. Yeah. That's good.
I mean, when you put in so little money.
Yeah.
And it's a worldwide release. I think they did it worldwide. But yeah,
I like to see that. I get stoked when I go to IMDb pages and movies that, you hope that they didn't lose money.
Yeah. Like what movie just came out and it lost a bunch of money?
Oh, the one with Gemini Man.
That's it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, they spent so much money on that movie.
Dude, that was gonna be a slam dunk, homie.
Oh God. Yeah.
You know what is gonna be a slam dunk with Will Smith when it comes out that I'm definitely gonna go see is the third Bad Boys.
Oh hell yeah.
I love that series so much. The last one was so good.
Yeah, the trailer looks good. The trailer looks really good.
It's gonna be something, dude. We're gonna definitely see that. It doesn't come out until January, but
it'll
be right here before we know it.
Yeah. It really will.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But like, so you were saying that you watched horror movies growing up.
Yeah.
Is there a certain one that you can think of that's like your favorite?
Shit, I really like, I think it's either the first or second Child's Play.
Oh, okay.
So goddamn good. And it has like that sort of B-movie sensibility to it where it's, God, I don't know. It's just good. It's so 80s, essentially. But growing up, I loved it. It's so well done. It's and then the subsequent releases like Bride of Chucky, and then all the other ones that have come out. I see I saw Bride of Chucky, and it, when it came out way back in the day, and it wasn't that good. And the other, it's just kind of sucks when a great franchise that had the first couple of movies were great. Right. They just try to beat the dead horse. So typical of Hollywood, man. So what are we gonna do, guys? We gotta fill up the calendar for the year somehow, man. It was just remake.
What are we gonna do for Halloween? Well, what franchise haven't we done already?
Shit, dude.
They're just pulling a name out of the hat at this point.
And they've done the thing now, like with Halloween, where even though there've been 10 or 15 Halloweens,
there's been 12.
Probably more than that, right?
There's 12.
12, okay.
There's going to be 13 because they're making a Halloween 2 remake.
but somehow, even though there's been all of those, now they release it where it's just Halloween. So like they're giving the impression that it's the first one to a new generation. It's like, oh, those other ones, just forget about it, man. You got to be on the right side of that shit.
Yeah. I mean, that really brings up the question of like, is there a reason at that point to stop, because if you can continue a story, and it's just a slasher flick, is there a stopping point? Is there, what's his name? Jason. You can't really kill Jason.
Yeah, he's not.
You know, you can, but then he gets frozen and comes back 3,000 years later in the future and like kills people on a spaceship and makes it back to Earth. You know,
that's a good question, because the cynical, jaded part of me definitely wants to be like, yeah, don't do it, do something else. But I can understand why they do it. It's for financial reasons. They know they can do it. It's, you know, it's good for actors that are trying to work. Right. So I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the people that get good jobs, you know, on the production. So I'm happy that like at least they're employing artists to do like what they strive to do. So that's, in a sense, that's a good thing. I like sequels for that reason, that they're, you know, they know they're going to be profitable, so they can afford to put a good amount of money into them. So I see it from both sides, though, I guess. Yeah. It's a nuanced perspective.
Yeah, I think it definitely is kind of hard, because there definitely is that fandom behind it that's like, it'd be cool to see a new one, but they do. I mean, then you see it and it's like, that's not exactly what I thought it could have been.
I think it's definitely not for people who have seen all of the older ones or are aware of the older ones. I think they're trying to appeal to an audience who maybe is just not even aware. Like a younger audience. Yeah, some teenager.
Teenagers.
For the next generation, because anybody that knows or has seen, you know, all the older ones are like, oh, really? Again, that's so tacky. You know, that's your first impression as a typical spoiled American movie going public. Like, oh, fucking, why don't you make something different?
Yeah. You know? I don't know. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes.
It depends every time. There's two sides to every story.
Yeah. I think once you hit number 15 in a series about a dude who pretty much can't be killed, it's time to stop that, you know.
In a world where he can't ever be killed.
Yeah.
Again.
This dude has been in an insane asylum. And then he gets out and goes to try and kill the same lady he's been trying to kill for years.
The same lady is now like 60 years old.
Yeah. He's been in this insane asylum for 40 years. He's never given up this hate boner for her. He's going to murder her.
Do they get a different actor to play the Jason or Freddy every time, I wonder?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they do. For the original movies, I'm pretty sure it's the same actor.
I wonder how many times that actor that played Jason in the 80s has gotten laid. Like, you know, he's just been out at the bar. Like, it's like, oh, so what do you do? Like, I'm an actor. Mm-hmm. Oh, anything I would have seen you in? You know, do you ever Friday the 13th? I was Jason. It's like, oh, really? Were you? It's like, but the cool thing about it is, you know, any guy can say that.
Yeah, pretty much. He's a masked dude.
Oh my God, Becky, come here! I met the guy from Jason. Oh my God,
it's Jason Voorhees. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, that guy probably. Props to that guy. He probably has milked the vagina train from that role. So good for him. Good for him. And I hope the next guy does it too, because long after we die, it'll probably still be going on. Because
maybe
that's how Hollywood is.
Who knows? It might not. They might change it to be some psychological thing where they show it from his perspective, and he's actually a damaged child or something like that. Because they tried to do that with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Did they?
Yeah, the remake. They portrayed it as Freddy Krueger was like just blatantly murdered by parents who thought he was a pedophile. It's never explicitly said that he was.
That was the
movie just starts with the parents chasing him and burning him. And he's like, I didn't do it.
Freddy got fingered by fire.
But they just kill him, and it's like, did he do it? And then he's killing all the kids. Like, I
wouldn't be surprised. You know,
bad.
He does fuck with kids in their dreams. I mean, that's classic pedophile behavior.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know whether he didn't do anything to me.
Yeah, so. That's right. He didn't touch you.
Yeah, but you know.
But the law of attraction, James, you're using the secret. You never know tonight. You better lock your fucking windows, bro. He's gonna be out there for you. It's Halloween is fast approaching. So
yeah, and with Freddy, you can't go to sleep.
That's true, dude. Yeah. Come in your dreams, man.
You gotta become a dream warrior.
Yeah.
Listen to the song made by Crocus.
Crocus?
Yeah. Is that it? Is that it? I think it's Crocus.
That could be like the gayest thing. I'm a dream warrior.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is. I think it's called Nightmare on Elm Street 4: The Dream Warriors.
The Dream Warriors.
And the theme song is called Dream Warrior, and they had Crocus.
Crocus.
Yeah, who's like an 80s metal band.
That's a great name.
Yeah. They're pretty good. But Dream Warrior, not good.
Dream Warrior.
Yeah.
Oh man, it sounds like some sort of a niche costume you'd find on Melrose Avenue in West Hollywood.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. Funny. I'm sorry. On that note.
Yeah. So let's give Hereditary a rating because we seem to like to do that.
8.5.
You give it an 8.5? I would have to agree with you. I don't think it's a perfect movie. I think there's some problems with it. A lot of the problems are just like the ending was very jump scary. I don't think it needed to be. But otherwise, it's a pretty damn good movie. The acting's really good. Toni Collette did an amazing job.
It's solid, bro.
Yeah.
It's really good. 8.5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good place to stop.
Good.
So might as well say thank you for listening. We'll see you, or you'll hear us next time on Working Title Podcast.